Good, I guess it's good noon, because it's almost exactly noon. It's December the 28th, and I'm going to walk downtown today. And you'll notice my description says after an ice storm. We had a lot of freezing rain last night. However, things aren't as slippery as I was afraid they were going to be because it was mixed with ice pellets and kind of made a granular ice coating on everything as opposed to a smooth, slippery ice coating. Although I will still be careful as I walk because I don't know for sure where that might be different. We had several millimeters of freezing rain last night, and then snow has mixed in and ice pellets. And so winter continues here in Saskatchewan, oddly enough, since it's only just begun. I have been doing work, even though we're between the holidays here. I finished editing my copy edit of a Dolly Bird, which my Shadow Paw Press Reprise will be bringing out. Dolly Bird is a historical novel that had a lot of critical acclaim when it first came out from Cato Books. Cato went bankrupt, and the author has come to me, and I'm bringing out a brand new edition. It's probably beginning of February, I'm guessing. Looks that way. I've done my copy edit, now she has to go over that, and then there'll be a page-proof step and the final design. I have the cover art because I'm able to reuse the cover art from Cato, so we're away. It'll be not my next one. I think my next one will probably be Backwater Mystic Blues, which is the second collection of essays by Lloyd Radcliffe, whose collection, The Crow Who Tampered with Time, is the most recent thing I've brought out. But I'm heading down to the Hotel Saskatchewan to do some writing away from the house because, of course, people are there and I find it easier to concentrate elsewhere. Probably going to get started, I hope, at least the introduction to my nonfiction book that will feature thoughts on writing drawn from some of the people I've interviewed with the World Shapers podcast. Oh, and I'm behind on that, actually. Completely forgot about that. There should have been one on Sunday, but of course it was Christmas. I was going to put it out this week, so I do that tomorrow then. That'll be with Chadwick Ginther, who's an author I've known for a long time. There's people here working again now that it's warmed up. I don't know what their cutoff point is, but clearly when it was minus 30, that was below their comfort zone. Yeah, I thought it was going to be really nasty. It's a sanding truck going. Will they be spreading sand at this intersection, or have they already done it? I thought it was going to be really slippery last night, and I had to drive my daughter kind of out to the edge of town for a party, and I was really worried about it, but got okay. And even though it rained more after I took her out there, when I picked her up, the streets still were surprisingly non-slippery. I still thought there were some people, they're taking that for granted though. They went zipping by. I thought I wouldn't do that because you just never know. It's kind of, I wasn't, like if you see it like this, you can figure there's some traction there because of the snow, but if you see bare pavement and it's been raining and it's below freezing, one wonders if that's wise to treat that as if it's not slippery. I did slip a little bit going around a corner, but nothing significant, no more than normal road conditions. And these are normal road conditions for Regina in the winter, in case you're wondering. They've been cleared somewhat, but they still have snow on them almost all the time. Unless we get a really warm stretch, and then they'll start to melt off. There's some bare sidewalk here, but it's been scraped since the storm last night, so it seems to be okay. As we come up to College in Albert here, there was an accident here last night when I came back from taking my daughter out to the southeast corner. There was, like we'd gone through here, it had been fine. When I came back down at the next major intersection, there was a police car next to me. And as we got down to this intersection, he sped ahead and turned on his lights. And when I got here, I discovered there had just been a coming together at this corner. Someone turning left off of College here had been hit by somebody coming north on Albert. I don't know who was responsible for that. Probably, unless the one coming north on Albert ran the light, the one turning left off of College might have been the one responsible. Well, this is a little slipperier here. I've walked on worse, though. Still nothing too scary, at least. Let's go by the old Saskatchewan Government Telephones building, now part of the Royal Saskatchewan Museum, full of labs and fossils, scientists and stuff. Yeah, this is fairly slippery here. Very slippery under the snow, so I do need to watch out. When I walk back, I have to go down 13th and just stop by the liquor store, because, you know, it's the holiday season. And also the grocery store, because, you know, it's the holiday season. And so I'll stop and walk there, so the walk back might be a little shorter than usual, too. Per can, 137.9 a liter. Regular. It was a lot higher than that, so that's something at least. At its worst, it was a lot higher than that. That's still high by, you know, standards I grew up with. I can still remember everybody being up worried when it got to $1 a gallon. Now it's what would that work out to? $6 a gallon? Close? Yeah, 6 at least. The guy seems to be coming a little fast, so I won't try to cross in front of him. Once he's by, it's a one-way street, so you can always see if it's safe to cross or not. The other thing you worry about, of course, with a ice storm is power outages, and sure enough, our power went out for about 2.5 hours. It went out for a minute, came back on, and then went out and stayed off. And it was a huge swath of Regina, like all of downtown, way up into the northwest, was out for about 2.5 hours, and I suspect that was a line went down, a major line somewhere they had to fix. But they got it up in, 2.5 hours, which I thought it might be all night, considering the weather conditions. But kudos to SaskPower. They took care of it promptly. Yeah, we'll go this way. It's quite warm today. I don't know what it is at the moment. It was -12 when I checked it about 8 o'clock. Probably a bit warmer than that now. Weather doesn't look too bad. No more of that really bitter cold that we were having. For a while anyway. Downright balmy by our standards. Not above freezing, but in single digits below freezing for highs instead of double digits. Very roughly cleared here. They ran a machine along it of some sort. I had to shovel this morning too, and it was harder work than usual because of the ice layer. I hope maybe the sound's a little better. I do have the mic pointed a bit more directly at my mouth because when I'm carrying my computer bag, I can put it on the computer bag strap in the center of my chest, but most of the time I kind of put it on the pocket. It's at a bit of an angle, and somebody has commented they have trouble hearing me sometimes. Maybe that fixed it, I don't know. So far nobody has said they're watching me, so I don't know that anybody's watching live. I think they're all 000 on my little counter there, so if you're seeing this, you're probably watching the replay. Up across here if it's clear, which it is. I'll just go straight up this way today. Oof. Again, you can see this is actually ice, but it's kind of pebbled because of the ice pellets that were mixed in with it. Cars were quite cased in ice. That's what he's doing. Or she, can't tell. Oh, this sidewalk is not cleared at all. So I'll go over to the other side. Chipping off the ice. This is a seniors resident, I think, this apartment building. Retirement residence. Just has that look. I suppose it could be just regular apartments, but I don't think it is. That's the North Canadian Oils building. Dead ahead. Oh, I smell food. I haven't eaten anything yet this morning. No wonder I'm feeling hungry. I've shoveled and now I'm walking, and I don't have any food to draw on. There's number one highway over there. Fire hall. Number one highway is not something you probably wanted to be on last night, but I don't think they closed it. It's just extreme caution while driving. I'll go this way because I don't walk this way very often. That used to be the YMCA, and it's being turned into a health center of some sort. Just office buildings over here. I don't know why it's called Franciscan Place. Don't know if it refers to St. Francis or to somebody named Francis. He was not a saint. Across here, get a look at the front of what used to be my workout place before the pandemic. The pandemic killed my daily workouts, but got me started doing daily walks instead, so trade-off. I should do some lifting, and I do have some dumbbells. I could do something, but I keep not doing it. Oh well, that's a good, here's all their signs. Collaborative Healthcare, the Nest Health Center, nesthealth.ca. That's what's going in there. The doctor's office is over there too. City Hall in front of us. To the left, Balfour and Frontenac apartment buildings are not nearly as interesting from the back as they are from the front. Sign again, the Nest Health Center coming soon. So it'll be interesting to see what that all turns out to be. There is a swimming pool in there, like 2 swimming pools in fact. You know, and a sauna and all that kind of stuff, because it was a Y. There's a daycare, which I presume would continue to use their space. But I guess I don't know for sure. So that's the back of the Frontenac there, apartment building. It's the courthouse over here, the back of the courthouse. I'm walking right down the middle of the street, but there's nobody coming, so it's okay. Move up here toward Victoria Avenue. Still no numbers showing anybody's watching this, so I don't know if it quit streaming and it's not actually going anywhere. I don't know, but I'm still walking and it's still recording, so you're probably watching the recording. Again, that's City Hall. This is Victoria Avenue coming up here. That rather grim looking building up behind the trees to our right there is Revenue Canada, the tax people. Psst. Oh no, I love our tax people. If anybody who's working for Revenue Canada is watching this, I adore you. Please don't audit me. That's Knox Metropolitan United Church. Victoria Park coming up to our right, and you can see the towers of downtown. Well, we are downtown, but the three sort of most central towers. This again is the Balfour, with its lovely kind of Mexican-looking, Spanish, I should say. Although the Frontenac looks even more Spanish next to it. First Baptist Church lost its dome in the tornado in 1912, which came right down this street. In fact, that's what's on this, is pictures of the damage from the tornado. Well, that's the First Baptist Church when it was built, but this shows you the damage after the tornado hit in 1912. And it's just some of probably what was on this corner before the church. There's the Balfour a few years ago. So there's a lot of these kind of historical pictures on some of the power boxes down here. And there's artwork on others around the city. There you go, First Baptist Church with its pillars. Pillars of the community, one might say. In fact, I just did. Victoria Park with the World War I cenotaph over there. Also now just the War Memorial, but when it was built it was to commemorate the huge toll taken by the First World War. This is now the, well, among other things, the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame is in here. But originally it was the Land Titles Building, which is what it still says up there. When you were homesteading, this would have been a very important building. I guess it's the Administration Centre for Sport, Culture and Recreation. And here comes the Hotel Saskatchewan. Hey, Marriott. Oh, there goes the bells on the church. I don't know why they're ringing at 20 after 12, but there you go. Bit of ice along here still, even though it's been cleared. In some ways, clearing it exposes more of this slippery stuff. Don't know why the bells are ringing at 20 after 12. Pealing, actually. They're not just ringing, they're appealing. Okay, this is where we'll stop for now, and I'll be back later on for part 2. Bye. Alrighty, well, good afternoon. It's still December 28th. I have finished my lunch and quite a bit of writing. I wrote over close to 2,500 words, I think. I'm heading home. So once more back outside where the wind seems to have picked up. Where I'm focused in the distance there. We're heading, oh yes, the wind has definitely picked up. Wow, goodness, what brought that on? Darn this weather. I have to go down to the Sobeys liquor store on 13th in order to get some stuff, and then I have to stop in at the Safeway, so I'll just walk as far as that on the second half of my walk downtown. Again, if you're just joining me, there was an ice storm last night. Lots and lots of freezing rain. But it was mixed with ice petals, so kind of coated everything in a kind of a crunchy ice as opposed to a really slippery ice, although it is certainly slippery in spots. It seems to be more slippery where people have cleared the sidewalk, oddly enough, like right back there in front of the hotel. Again, Victoria Park, Cenotaph. This won't be a very long walk. It was about 20 minutes down here. It's probably only about 15 on this leg. But at least it's something. Hopefully on Friday I'll do my walk around the lake again as normal. I didn't do it last week because it was bitterly, bitterly cold. And then I lost some days to the holidays, of course. Yesterday I probably could have gone out, but I knew it was going to rain and I didn't want to get caught in it. By the time I thought of it, it was actually starting to sprinkle. So walking in snow is not so bad, but walking in rain in this weather, no thank you. And I didn't know how slippery it was going to be either. So, have a holly jolly Christmas. That was just playing in the hotel as I left. Oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. I don't know if they had the Carol Festival this year. I didn't hear anything about it. Are they still scared of the COVID thing? I don't know. I'm so over that. I mean, I know it's around, but so are lots of other things. And you never stopped you before, and I think it's time to just move on with it. That's just me. The flu's out there. It's nasty. People don't get vaccinated for the flu. Still, even after all this. Oh, I never get sick. Well, but you might. That's the whole point of vaccinations. I haven't been sick in months, years. I haven't had any sickness of any sort. So, not to say my nose doesn't run and I don't get sneeze sometimes, but I think that's allergies from the cat. Much as I love him, I suspect I'm allergic to him a little bit because my family does tend that way. But he's largely, there's no such thing as a hypoallergenic cat, but there are those who are lower in the proteins which people are mainly allergic to, and Siberians are a species, a breed I should say, that are fairly, can be anyway, hyperallergenic. That's City Hall over there. Oh, hello. Where is he? Oh, Stefan, hello. This is the courthouse here.
You're drinking, you do a line or whatever, and all of a sudden you're dead.
And the bells are ringing again. They were ringing when I went into the hotel as well. Interesting overheard conversation. Oh, you're drinking and you do a line or whatever, and next thing you know, you're dead. That's what the guy back there was just saying. One reason I didn't point the camera at him. The things you overhear. North Canadian Oil's building. Again, that's City Hall. This is the front of it. The flags. There's a fountain there in the summertime, but nothing's fountaining right now. Oh, there's a fence around that. Wonder why. Looks like the coffee shop there's still open, which would be the main concern. I've been in there a few times. It's nice. I don't think of it for some reason. It is a place I could go for lunch or to write, and I have, but I don't think of it on a regular basis. This used to be the Salvation Army, but now it's a law firm, as I point out every time I walk by it. That used to be a hotel, now it's an empty lot. Then they were going to build something even bigger there. The biggest, tallest building in Saskatchewan was going to be built on that lot. And it never happened. They dug the hole, but they never built. There's supposed to be condos and a hotel, but it never happened. Again, this is where Cato Books, once my publisher, one of my publishers, used to be, but they went bankrupt. And I'm now publishing books by authors that were originally published by Cato Books. We're headed down to 13th here, so that's the old Simpsons building, I think, originally. Department store. Now it's part of the Viterra, which used to be the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool, wheat marketing. Company. That clinic there has been empty for a while. Again, you can see the ice on the sidewalk here if you look. So once they've cleared it, it's actually slipperier than if they'd left the snow on it. Certainly my impression today. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's one of the things I do is sing. Cathedral Social Hall. Used to go there, not allowed to go there anymore because their boss was a let's just say he did something we don't approve of with a friend of ours. So that sounds worse than probably really was, but anyway. Haven't been in there since I heard that story, so. Viet Thai, though, however, is one of our favorite places to go. This is Credit Union Central over here to my left. I hit this just wrong. I'll have to wait. A while before I can cross here. We'll look at number 1 fire hall there. Oh, and there goes a fire engine too, for good measure. Just a strip mall over there. So yeah, Viet Thai here is someplace we've often eaten or gotten takeout from. This is corner of 13th and Albert. You know, so for the people who think this looks like a ghost town, it really isn't. Look at all these cars. Cars everywhere. And buses. Look at those buses. And a fire engine back here. Look at that. Fire engine. Everything you can possibly want in a city. Including a really cold wind blowing from my right. To be north. I have to wait for these left turns, and my light will come. Someday my light will come, and there it is. So we'll just walk down 13th, a very short distance, and that will be it for this walk. This is Viet Thai over here. Oh, I can smell it too. I just ate. It still smells good. A coffee shop here that I never go into. Maybe they're, it says they're open. So I guess they're still there, but I've never been in there. Maybe once. No seating, so not conducive to what I use coffee shops for, which is to sit at night sometimes. This is the the Artesian over here used to be a church, and now it's a performance space. I have performed in there. This is Viterra, the modern apartment building on the back of the old department store, which is now also part of it. An uncleared sidewalk, which slows me down considerably, especially after all the snow we've had in the last little while. Yes, they are very wide for the most part in Regina. Usually parking on both sides and then 2 lanes down the middle, and then some of them have boulevards down the middle, or dividers down the middle. Family Wellness Center, alternative medicine, which I don't have much use for. Shoe store, shoe clinic. I'm not even sure what that is. This is a craft gallery here, Traditions. Seems to be closed today, perhaps for the whole week. This is a stationery store, Paper Umbrella. Been in there a few times over the years to get this and that. That's the Christian bookstore over there, Burns Hanley. And this is a tea store, cup of tea. This is New Age books. I don't know how they stay in business because I don't understand who buys that stuff. A warehouse books it's called, so to each their own. I wouldn't buy it. That's a colorful coffee shop over there, and also sells ice cream in the summertime. Very popular ice cream stand they have. This used to be the Oddfellows Hall, and I performed in there years ago. Dressed as a chicken. No, it's true. I think I was a chicken. Was I dressed as a chicken that year? I think so. I've worn a number of unusual costumes over the years as a performer. And this is the liquor store coming up, which is as far as we're going. So like I said, short walk. It's like 12 minutes. Is this empty at the moment? I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm going in Sobeys here. So that's it. Thanks for walking with me. I know it's a short walk. Hopefully back tomorrow with something a bit longer, or certainly maybe Friday around the lake. But we'll call it there for now. Thanks for walking with me.